Hello there, boys and girls, Lucky here and welcome back to another CSGO video. So today we will be checking out the INFERNO MK2 by 3kliksphilip. This is of course the second version of the map. I did a first impressions video for the first one and gave my feedback a little bit at least, and this time however I want to do a proper review and basically give feedback on all the things that I think were good and bad and stuff like that. First thing, right here the spawn has been changed, or better said shifted, so you now can actually use the second kind of way out again. And since the spawn has been shifted towards this side right here instead of this one, you can use both of them equally as efficiently, I guess. Equally efficiently. And also these boxes have been added in order to get onto or into the T-apps right here quicker, which I think is nice, but I don't think it really did serve a purpose, or does serve a purpose. Also this time around I did some playtesting. I think I played about 8 or 10 matches on the map in the community server browsers. Also, he switched around this haystack, which also, I think, makes the gameplay a little better. A big change that has been added would be the new window room right here in the T-apps. So you can see, with this one, you can actually watch all of Banana, and if people would be coming out right here. And you can basically also peek into mid right there. So I personally think this is a game-changing and very powerful spot, but during all my gameplay testing, basically no one ever was in this room, so I wasn't quite sure if they were actually unaware of the fact, oh, hello little chicken, or if they just were thinking it's not really worth it. Or if you're playing a lurk and you want kind of catch the rotators off guard, or someone's peeking mid from there and another one from here, I think that's actually quite useful, especially can you be since you can be on the lamp right there, and then someone beneath right here. I mean, you can just face mid with a lot more people now. Maybe one guy here, another here, one there, one there, one there. Just a lot more firepower, which I think makes middle a little better to contest. Another thing that has been changed is this thing. So you now can actually check one side of Inferno before the other one, which I really do like, because this was always a problem. You always had to use a smoke right here, and even if you did, people were just spraying. I mean, they probably still will do, but you always had to use a smoke if you wanted to push through either like short or arches right there, which I wasn't a big fan of. So I think having this as a change makes it, first of all, better for T's to check the sides, but then again also gives another spot. I mean, even though it's kind of a noob spot right here, and then maybe here, for the CTs to kind of set up a weird kind of same direction crossfire, if you get what I mean. I think this also has been changed. It's a little deeper now, I think. But yeah, I like this change. And from gameplay changes, I think I felt that it was more equal and that both sides, Ts as well as CTs, were able to compete better without actually having to use any utilities like smoke grenades. So let's get into apps. This is another big change. I mean, right here it is, as you can see, wallbangable. However, I still don't know if I'm happy about this one. So I really did like the balcony room change right here, so which was combined with dark. But he said in his video that the thing about it is you always had to check so many corners or angles at the same time when you come up here. And I think that's true. However, I think this change right here, even though I don't say that I dislike it, but I think previously you were coming up like this. So you already were checking this right here. Then you had to check this and this side simultaneously. So basically the same problem as we had right here in mid. You had to check, let me check, this side as well as this side. And so you were always exposing your back to at least one side. And I mean, of course, removing this part right here got rid of the guy in front, but you were checking this part first anyways. So you still have to kind of watch here and watch here. I mean, it is kind of better, but if someone's just playing here and hearing a step, I mean, during playtesting, I didn't feel like it was bad. That's why I say I don't have anything against it, but I think having like moved the corridor more to the side, or maybe this one, I'm not sure, something like this, so that you don't have to face back to back again, would have been better from just the sole kind of purpose of not having to check two different facing angles at the same time. But I think it actually played out very well, even though, like, I mean, you can still kind of check right here and right there, kind of. So even though I don't think it would have been the best way, I think it works out very well. So I, once again, do not have anything against it. And since it's bangable, it adds another kind of layer onto the gameplay, and I do like wall bangable stuff. Also, this window, I think, has been changed. The fence stuff right there has been removed, as well as this one, to make it easier to get onto here, which I don't think has to be done, but I really do think that it was more fun this way, since you were able to execute stuff faster. Same goes again for this side, so I'm not really happy with the changes on A side, because, I mean, I like this one, since it's still bangable, but this crate right here, I don't think it does serve such a great gameplay aspect. I mean, what's the purpose of this wall being wall bangable? Because who would be in this corner? I don't think anyone would hide here. He would be exposed to this side, as well as to this. But if he would be behind here, he would only have to he would be able to kind of check different spots at the same time. So I don't think anyone would ever play right here or plant right here. So having this wall being wall bangable doesn't really make much sense in my opinion. But I think it's mainly the problem of this crate. So I think if another crate had to be on the side, I'd probably move it elsewhere, maybe even like outside of the side to this point or something like that. I'm not completely sure, but I think just having it in here, as he said as well, for the visuals doesn't really help the gameplay aspect. Besides that, I think he said he widened this up even more, and I still like this graveyard better without the fence, because depending on your AA settings and stuff like that, the fence can be kind of weird sometimes. So I do like that, and I don't think pit has changed all that much. You still cannot really look up there, which I do think is also good. So yeah, A side I think was actually better before. I mean, this is a change I actually think is good, because before you were able to jump on the haystack right here and kind of see above there and just spam on them. Like this you cannot see, so you have to blind fire, which I think is better. You cannot get any intel, and you're giving away your position. So I'm just really annoyed with this box, and yeah, I don't think this was really benefiting the gameplay. This, however, I think was very cool. So previously in the normal Inferno, this was a spot I did play very often, because you were kind of able to watch archers and decide at the same time. I mean, you were kind of a sitting duck, you could say, but now you're not anymore, and you're able to retreat back. And I think this is valuable for both CTs and Ts, depending on if you're still in defending positions or in the post-plant retake positions, whatever you want to do. So I think this really, I don't know, I just really like the change, because I think you can go there faster. I mean, if someone wants to go right here and the other guy wants to go right there, just from a rotating point of view, offers more possibility instead of just the guys having to watch this and this spot at the same time. I think it adds more variety in a good sense. However, minor change visually, even though I don't want to talk about visual stuff, another bookshelf right here would be kind of cool. So that's something I would be happy about. But yeah, I think, once again, this box is annoying me. I think there were enough places you were able to hold A from. I mean, not directly from side. You could still use this one, and now you can also use this wall. But you could also use pit and right here the card, and you can also use this spot. So I think there's way enough space and possibility to actually make sure you can defend and attack the A side right here. So let's move on to CT spawn, because there are also a couple of things that has been changed. He said he moved the truck back, which I do like. I mean, I sometimes did save right here, but gunfights really were a little inconsistent, you could say. Goes through completely. So yeah, don't mind that. I think it's actually quite a good change. He also changed the position of the fountain, which I think is quite good. So let me see if I can make the jump up there. So what else do we have? He said he changed this one, so you cannot go up there anymore, which I think is actually good. Like, I think it was kind of a weird spot, and it had no proper place, because, I mean, if you were kind of hunting the guy, you would check up there anyways, and I guess it was just kind of weird. I mean, it was cool that you could go up there, but it didn't really serve much of a purpose, I think. So the new fountain position, I don't think there's like much to that. As I said before, you can basically go up here. Rip. go up here now, and maybe have two angles you could attack from. I'm still glad that this is still with us. And I actually haven't checked if you can go up into the tree still. Not quite sure how to check with no clip. Construction has been changed again. I think this is a good change. But I think it makes it a little weird because you got this big block of nothing right here now, kind of. So maybe just having something like this. Again, it's just a visual complaint and doesn't really add to the gameplay, but I think this is actually good because now you have to, I mean, you can check right here and you still have to check this one because people can hide behind right here, especially with pistols close range. This can be very devastating, but you don't have to actually swing around and step so people can hear from this side. And I mean, it's always kind of adding more for both sides, for a take and a retake, defending and stuff like that. He did change the fountain right here. And I think you can actually go back up onto it right now. Hope I don't mess up the jump. Yes, it's still possible again. And this is something I like. I don't think much has changed on A side besides that. I still like that it dark is brighter now. And in general, I think it's still the visibility still should be fine. I don't think this has been affected much by it. So let's move on. This also has been changed. It's now, it's still bangable, but it doesn't do as much damage since it's a stone wall now. And I was happy with the wooden wall. I don't think you were giving much of a disadvantage because usually this would have been smoked anyways. So, just, I don't know, like, I didn't really see anyone firing through that. So, I'm not quite sure on that, but I think someone else will probably have a better opinion than me on this one. So, yeah, let's move to the beginnings of Banana right here. Well, let's check out the Underpass real quickly. So I know the last time I forgot to say this lamp has been removed. Good job, guys. I missed it, you found it. And you can now fire through right here. This side as well? Nope. But yeah, you can fire through, which has been quite handy if I did hear people, but usually I was just waiting down here. And this has been one of my favorite spots, or has become one of my favorite spots, because since you're able to walk through it really quickly now, and he also said that he added water to punish the running, but it just makes the game more versatile, having kind of a quick rotate from mid to second mid and being able to spam through here, even though I usually wait till I shoot till I'm out, or kind of underneath the wood planks right here. But I'm really liking the change to that portion of the map as well. So let me think. I think we already did talk about the apps. Now let's talk a little bit about Banana. It's still wider right here, however those crates or boxes have been removed, so you cannot really use them anymore. However, you still got kind of... There's kind of a little thing, but I don't think it's preventing you to actually look through, so you can cross here without any problems, and then two people can simultaneously peek both sides. However, you cannot self-boost up anymore. You need a mate to actually do that with you. But I think this adds a good still portion of making it better for the Ts, since he added back this one. Because the last time I thought he added cover and self-boost as well as these boxes which were there. So it was 2 times at least, or approximately I'd say, for the Ts. And in return he removed, I thought was on purpose, the skybox, so you cannot kind of throw your nades over anymore or kind of bounce them down with a molly to make it more even. I think it actually makes sense now that you kind of got rid of that and need a mate to do the peeking right here, the boosting. And in return, to make it again easier for the Ts, since they lost the 2 abilities right here, he added this one back up. So let me see if I can actually make my molly kind of go over to make it better. Yeah, still works like a charm. And yeah, definitely happy with that. I think this plays out well. I think right here, the cover for the CTs in Banana is very strong. I mean, you are at a slight disadvantage with being completely kind of out in the open with this one, because it's so bangable. However, having this box now, and this was one of my last complaints with the card, because it's very inconsistent with as being a cover, because you can shoot through some parts, but not through all of them. I did feel like if you have two guys now, one holding right here or here, and the other guy holding right here, you got a lot more possibility now to actually set up a decent or semi-decent crossfire to actually do more damage to the enemies. So when I was playtesting it, every time I did hold banana right here from back there or here, but especially from the sandbags as a CT, the Ts were never able to actually get through. I mean, it's kind of hard to just judge it by kind of puck plays, if you get what I mean, but me and my mate, we were doing very good like crossfire setups, so he was usually just doing one peek and kind of luring them out right here, and then just firing from there or right here. And I mean, you can fire through these boxes. No, you can't. So he was also always safe behind that, so he knew that, I did not. And I was then always catching them from right here, which I think was very useful. But once again, if you make it through SAT, you can also use it as a kind of after-plan defending position, which I do think is cool. So yeah, these were my impressions or my feedback. I think so far the changes have been very good. Pretty balanced out. Once again, I'm not quite sure. No one seems to bang through this wall. I don't know if it really does serve a purpose, since right here you always usually have a smoke. Also, I do like the changes on A. Once again, I'm not sure about this room. I really do like it, but no one was really using it when I did play. And same went for the wall bangable wall. I like that it's bangable. And I think, I mean, you can check right here, but if someone's holding there, you again exposing yourself to your back. But I mean, it shouldn't be too easy for the Ts, so I think that's still a good kind of change. But having the door shifted a little bit more towards this side would be interesting, I think. So yeah. And once again, my only complaint on A side is I think this box really has to go. Maybe put some other props in there if it's just for the visual things, but I don't think it adds much of a gameplay aspect, since it kind of gets rid of the purpose of this wall being wall bangable and stuff like that. But yeah, this was my feedback for the map. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to give your own feedback in the comment section down below. But please no more, oh my god, so T-sided, such a bad map, now rip Inferno. Please at least explain why you think that way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and Lucky Skill Faker out.